Perhaps one did not want to be loved so much as to be understood. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. Every generation imagines itself to be more intelligent than the one that went before it, and wiser than the one that comes after it. The best books are those that tell you what you know already. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which. If you want to keep a secret, you must also hide it from yourself. The most effective way to destroy people is to deny and obliterate their own understanding of their history. But if thought corrupts language, language can also corrupt thought. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face. Forever. It was a bright cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. We shall meet in the place where there is no darkness. Doublethink means the power of holding two contradictory beliefs in one's mind simultaneously and accepting both of them. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable, and to give an appearance of solidity to pure wind. Until they become conscious, they will never rebel, and until after they have rebelled, they cannot become conscious. In the face of pain, there are no heroes. If you loved someone, you loved him, and when you had nothing else to give, you still gave him love. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes of your own choosing. Perhaps a lunatic was simply a minority of one. Being in a minority, even in a minority of one, did not make you mad. There was truth and there was untruth, and if you clung to the truth even against the whole world, you were not mad. Writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle, like a long bout with some painful illness. One would never undertake such a thing if one were not driven on by some demon, whom one can neither resist nor understand. Freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 make 4. If that is granted, all else follows. Reality exists in the human mind and nowhere else. Big Brother is watching you. It's a beautiful thing, the destruction of words. The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection. The choice for mankind lies between freedom and happiness, and for the great bulk of mankind, happiness is better. I enjoy talking to you. Your mind appeals to me. It resembles my own mind, except that you happen to be insane. People sleep peaceably in their beds at night, only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalf. Orthodoxy means not thinking, not needing to think. Orthodoxy is unconsciousness. Nothing was your own except the few cubic centimeters inside your skull. On the whole, human beings want to be good, but not too good, and not quite all the time. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. We do not merely destroy our enemies. We change them. The only good human being is a dead one. Confession is not betrayal. What you say or do doesn't matter. Only feelings matter. If they could make me stop loving you, that would be the real betrayal. Sanity is not statistical. To die hating them, that was freedom. Men can only be happy when they do not assume that the object of life is happiness. Several of them would have protested if they could have found the right arguments. Of pain, you could wish only one thing: that it should stop. Nothing in the world was so bad as physical pain. In the face of pain, there are no heroes. The object of terrorism is terrorism. The object of oppression is oppression. The object of torture is torture. The object of murder is murder. The object of power is power. Now, do you begin to understand me? This work was strictly voluntary, but any animal who absented himself from it would have his rations reduced by half. One does not establish a dictatorship in order to safeguard a revolution. One makes the revolution in order to establish the dictatorship. All the war propaganda, all the screaming and lies and hatred comes invariably from people who are not fighting. There was truth and there was untruth, and if you clung to the truth even against the whole world, you were not mad. We know that no one ever seizes power with the intention of relinquishing it. Your worst enemy, he reflected, was your own nervous system. At any moment, the tension inside you was liable to translate itself into some visible symptom. God gave man a brain and a penis, but he didn't give him enough blood to make both work at the same time. If you can feel that staying human is worthwhile, even when it can't have any result whatever, you've beaten them. Man serves the interests of no creature except himself. There are some ideas so absurd that only an intellectual could believe them. He wears a mask, and his face grows to fit it. At 50, everyone has the face he deserves. Let's face it. Our lives are miserable, laborious, and short. To see what is in front of one's nose needs a constant struggle. If people cannot write well, they cannot think well, and if they cannot think well, others will do their thinking for them.